Lovers, and welcome back. Today, I want to dive into something that's been weighing on my mind lately: the harsh reality of opportunity in the comic book industry. Let's face it, the opportunities in the field can feel like drops in an ocean. Every artist, every writer is scrambling for that one chance to showcase their talent, to have their work seen and celebrated. It's more than competitive. And while that can be motivating, it can also bring out the worst in us. In this pursuit, I've seen creators tear each other down instead of lifting each other up. There's this unhealthy mindset that tells us that the success of one means that there has to be another one that's failing. It's like we're all racing towards a finish line that barely exists. And in that process, some folks resort to being mean or dismissive, whether it's through snarky comments online or petty rivalries. Here's the thing: the industry doesn't have to be a zero sum game. We need to remember that supporting one another can create a ripple effect of positivity. Every time we choose collaboration over competition, we're not just fighting for our own spots, we're expanding the landscape for everyone. So let's foster a community that celebrates each other's successes instead of tearing each other down. After all, we're all just trying to tell our stories. So let's make some room for more voices, more art, and lots more love in this industry. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, there's enough space for all of us in the comic world. Welcome to For Comic's Sake. I am your host, J.Crager. It is August 12th, 2024. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. As always, I'm going to bring in my co-host, a juggernaut writer. He's the Hemingway. I'm his Hemingway, or he's my Hemingway, and I'm his Picasso. William Perdomo.
Welcome. Well, I'm such a jaded prick that the only speech that came to mind while you were reading that uplifting Raise All Boats benediction was the campfire speech from There Will Be Blood by Daniel Plainview. There's a competition in me. I don't want anyone to succeed.
I don't, man. Sometimes I don't, but I have to really curtail that, man, because how do you rise up above something and just don't end up being an evil bastard like Mr. Plainview if you don't take a high road? And
I think you would deny me. You would bribe me with $50,000 instead of going to church with me. So,
for sure. For sure, man. I'd just be like, here, take the money, man. That gets me out of it. So, but I'm kind of petty, so I might just go to church and keep the money. Speaking of going to church, I want to bring in our next guest, somebody I really respect. I really like what he's doing in the comic book industry. I like that he's taken those things that we love from the 80s and 90s and turned them into his own properties to further push them forward so that we can all get a second chance at loving those things. And his name is Patrick Thomas Parnell.
Hey, how you doing?
Otherwise known as PTP.
That's the name. That's the name Fraga gave me.
Exactly. Fraga boom. I wish he was here tonight. That'd be fantastic to see him poke his head in. So how have you been?
We have to get you two on at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. I've been good, just doing a lot of work, and actually recently I've been just doing a lot of fulfilling. That's kind of been the name of the game recently, has just been sending out a lot of packages, a lot of books.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I really admire your toy game and what you've been doing with that. I can appreciate all that stuff. Last of the Seekers look really sharp. I actually had to restrain myself from buying one because I myself also own lots of toys and robots and crazy shit. And
it's never too late because we still have some left.
Yeah.
I've actually bribed Crager with a toy to do art for me.
Yeah, people bribe me with toys sometimes. My boss was just in San Diego, and he knows I love Ashley Wood toys, and he literally just went by the booth and took a bunch of pictures, and all he wrote was, which one? That's all he wrote.
I bribed you.
Wood got some good figures.
I bribed the Meathead cover out of you with an Ashley Wood figure.
You did. I have it. So I do. It's beautiful. You
The cat girl.
You bribed owning it out of me. Yes.
I said I'll trade you.
Yeah, I've definitely traded some covers for some Masters of the Universe figures.
It's worth it. It's for some reason it's my toy game, and I just love toys. And in fact, recently my wife picked me up a Megatron, the ones from Hobby Lobby, the 8-inch ones that are really nice that you got to put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Optimus that I put together, which is over here.
Let's say hello to the chat while we're looking at this.
Do that. Optimus toy.
Well, look what we got. Let's see. Of course, Marco has been first in the last couple streams. Welcome, Mr. Meatbag. How you doing, my friend? Chad Townsend, a fellow compatriot. He'll be on next week with Matt Weldon again, but there'll be 2 Titans on one Earth. How can it sustain them?
It'll be nice.
And finally, Dan Plagle is here on time for once instead of at the end of a show. Thank you,
Mr. Plagle.
Cracking gents from Luke, Death Metal Hero, one of our good friends, and runs a fantastic show with Jason Bascom at Topicless.
Yep.
Matt LaRock.
All good guys.
Yeah. Matt LaRock, ever the staple, man. He's always here. Thank you for coming. Big boss man. Tokume, welcome. Hyper Potato, I haven't seen you in a bit, but I'm glad you're back. Thank you. Michael Rushbrook, never seen you here, but thank you for coming. We appreciate
Michael
you.
Rushbrook, he's a good dude.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for bringing him along with you then.
Make sure to like and subscribe. You can win free stuff down the line, guys. So I have tons of free shit I want to give away.
What up, J-Bot? J-Bot's in the house. Yo, panel, yo, chat.
So this whole thing was started as a way to give back to people, a way to do art for my fans and for the chat. And as we build subscribers, you can actually win things like at 150 subscribers, which we surpassed about 10 subscribers ago. I still have yet to announce it. You won this. It's an actual CGC graded 8.5 New Mutants 100.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that was, I get to pick whoever wins this in the.
How do you pick it?
At 300. Well, I go through all the names like my subscribers, and I noticed that about 100 of my subscribers are actually not viewable people. Like I can't view them because they're private. But there's about 50 of them currently that are people I can see. So I could add them to a list essentially and just run through that and be like, who wins? Pick it randomly. At 300, I want to give away another New Mutants. I think it's New Mutants 2, which it's like a 9.2.
Oh, X-Force 2.
Oh, it's an X-Force 2. That's right. Yeah. And then I have a bunch of Yara signed stuff from the Soskas that I could give away later on down the line. And I have Mobius books, and I have old like little treasures sitting around here that I've kept for like 30 years that I would probably give away. Things that are worth a lot of money that you can't get anymore. Like, who has a black and white version? Who has this? Okay, like I just showed this last stream, but it's the Witchblade black and white version that Mike Turner drew. So it's just the pencils and inks. It's dope as it's dope as hell. I know all the people who are in this chat would love to own something like this. So I've kept a lot of this stuff over the years. It's in fantastic condition. It's probably worth money. So, but yeah, this is all. Oh, see, as a child, it's
a pen case.
That's so amazing. Did you have no idea how much I love Silverhawks? So the other day, when I was a kid, I used to watch the intro to that show, and I wanted more than anything to be able to draw them. Okay. And I just was a kid and I couldn't yet. I didn't learn anatomy. I didn't know how to yet. Probably about 6 months ago, I remember telling Will, he's like, "What'd you do over the weekend?" I go, "I spent all day Saturday just drawing Silverhawks." Like
that sounds like a pretty good day.
Right? It was fantastic being able to just sit down and literally look at some of that stuff from back in that time period and just draw it.
I think I usually been for the past couple of Saturdays I've been doing this Saturday morning cartoon show, and I mean not a lot of people watch, but we were kind of counting down like the best Saturday morning cartoon, and we finally all decided that Scooby-Doo was the best Saturday morning cartoon of all time. Surprisingly, but it was between that and then Dungeons and Dragons. But I want to do intros. What's the best intros of all time? And Silverhawks is definitely going to be up there. Same thing with. I mean, I think Thundercats will be up there too. Best intros of all time.
Right.
I mean,
Mask
is good, but I mean, I think probably the best intro of all time is is G.I. Joe the movie intro.
Oh,
yes, definitely.
I mean, I think it may be between that and Thundercats. Jem is good. I like
Jem. I was way into Jem.
And there's actually blood in the G.I. Joe movie introduction. Right. There's actually like some serious violence, like especially when that Cobra Trooper smashes the TV camera and there's blood behind it.
Yeah.
Like this, it's actually a pretty violent opening.
I wasn't a big G.I. Joe fan for some reason. I don't know why. How dare you? Yeah, you know what? I just wasn't into like military stuff like that, and it never. I watched the movies later on. I didn't read too many of the what is it? The guy who
Larry Hama.
Larry Hama.
You dirty hippie.
Larry Hama.
Yeah, I didn't read any of his books, and I know that there are people who just absolutely adore G.I. Joe, man.
Yeah, there's a couple people out there.
It's true. It's very true. It's a real thing. And I don't hold that against them at all. Like just like there's people there's people who love, the 3.5 inch.
Like you and I,
Sure, like Star Wars figures and shit like that. That's fantastic. I really loved Robotech growing up.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I was a robot guy.
Yeah, that was too.
You must be a little bit older than I.
Maybe I'm 50.
Yeah. So you're a little bit older than I was. So like I just missed the Robotech craze. Like I still like it. Yes. Jetfire is still one of my favorite, or Skyfire is still one of my favorite Transformers.
Yes.
But I just missed like the Robotech craze of like the early 80s,
Right. No, I remember television shows like Automan and that. Do you remember Automan?
Yeah. That was one of my earliest memories. Was that
blue cursor and all that fucking cool shit that was doing, and then there was one with a motorcycle that I forgot the name of that one. That was like Automan.
Cartoon?
It was an actual television show in the 80s where this motorcycle could just do all these amazing things. And
it was like Knight Rider, but like a motorcycle.
Kind of more like Automan and a motorcycle, but yeah, it was kind of Kamen Ridery, but it didn't have the full organic aspect of it type thing. I forgot the name of that show. I know the chat will know it, man. There's some of you who are a little older than me.
Speaking of the chat, gentlemen, let's finish saying hello to them, and I'll hit the wheel of Coom, and we can continue talking.
Got it.
There's J-Bot. What up, J-Bot? And he's happy here. Elvis, good friend of ours. Welcome, buddy.
I have not seen Elvis in a while. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, he's always on the Twitter or in here.
Not an animal. Oh, some
According
person's
to
here.
Luke, he traded a Skeletor original for a dope Wolverine figure with a light up Sentinel base.
Oh.
Dr. Darkwing, I haven't seen
what
you.
Skeletor figure is the question, though? That is a broad statement, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of Skeletors. Dr. Darkwing, I haven't seen you here, but thank you for coming in. And Luke is correct. This is a rare sighting, Mr. PTP.
Well, it's good
we
to
don't see
have
you
it.
on streams very often.
Yeah. Well, I kind of, I took a little bit of a break there because the plate got a little full.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to kind of like stream constantly and draw, especially when you're a one-man show. So
sure.
What up, some person?
I just been focusing on just drawing books and getting the books out, trying to make videos like when I can. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like people that live stream, you guys will know this. Like it takes a lot out of you,
It does.
It's not just like, I mean, for some people that are kind of like it's like their thing. It's a lot easier, but if you stop doing it for a while, per se, I stopped for a minute there for some health reasons, and you just can't jump right back into it. It's like kind of like hopscotch.
Exactly.
Well, he's right.
The easier way into it. So I'm keeping an eye on the rope, and I'm going to jump in, do a couple moves, and I'm going to jump out.
No, it's good. It's good. It should be done sparingly, which is why I only do this once a week.
Yeah.
And it's usually an hour and a half. I try to go as quickly as possible. Go ahead. Do this.
Yes. We shall spin the wheel of fish.
Fucking bastards.
What is this thing?
It's the Wheel of Coom.
You guys have like a little gimmick thing here?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
We do. We got to. So my chat.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Mr. A. I've drawn him before. So the chat always tells me what I'm going to draw beforehand. So I started about noon. I let them know, hey, put your suggestions of what I should draw below, and we'll collect them and put them in the Wheel of Coom.
I see Tank Girl on there. That's a good choice.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff on there. But, Mr. A isn't bad. It's a guy in a hat that carries a card with him. So he should be easy to do.
Can we
congratulations, all this.
What was that, Patrick?
I was going to say, is there a way we can just change it to Tank Girl?
If you want to draw Tank Girl, you can go right ahead.
No. I can't. I'm actually drawing something right now. So I need to kind of focus on doing this. So unfortunately, I'm just going to be watching what you guys are doing, but I'll be here drawing.
That's fine.
Shall we ask Aldous?
Ask Aldous. Aldous. Is it okay if I draw Tank Girl instead?
No. Do his thing. Do his thing. Yeah. Don't fucking listen to me by any means.
Well, I could always choose, but I don't think Aldous has really won, unless I haven't sent him anything yet. Maybe he has one.
Are we bending the rules?
I know.
Are we the elitists?
I don't want to. I don't want to come in here and start messing things up. You guys do what you do.
No, originally I wanted to just draw. What is it? Murder Falcon. Like I wanted to draw Murph from Murder Falcon.
Where is Aldous? Let's see, can he have a voice in this?
Yeah, I mean, of course, Aldous can always have a voice. I don't know what Aldous.
What up, Maromi? Welcome.
Maroni's in the house.
Indeed. So there's a lot of crosstalk going on here.
I've got, and he knows this. I have the best, and I will have the best Maroni story ever.
Oh, really?
Aldous answered, by the way. Do you see the chat? He says, Mr. A in Tank Girl World, Tank Girl just draw cool shit. Go for it.
Oh. Is that what he said?
As long as he wins it.
Oh, as long as he wins it. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, he won the spin, so he's got to get it.
Yeah, so he's saying Tank Girl's fine just as long as he gets it.
Just as long as he gets it, even though somebody else. He even
says Murder Falcon getting killed by Mr. A. Whatever, brother. Do you see that?
Murder Falcon getting killed by Mr. A. I scribbled this a long time ago. It's been sitting around my thing for a while. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's pretty scribbly. I don't know. It's messy and in my style. Like I probably spent 40 minutes on it or something. Wasn't a lot. So
I am
I
actually.
like how he slick compliments himself. Only 40 minutes.
I'm actually drawing on something from Dan Frager right now.
ooh.
Let me see. Let's have a look.
No, I can't see.
Aw.
Fragga boom.
You can't throw out some red meat like that, Patrick.
That's the way I'm doing. That's the way I'm gonna do it. Hopefully,
Well-
I mean, what time is it? He's probably in bed.
Fragga can kiss my ass if he can hear me, and he knows I love him, so I can
He's
say
in
kiss my
bed.
ass. So you could show us. I'm overriding him.
No, I
Ooh.
want it because I want it to be a big surprise. That's pretty cool. What is that?
Now what is
It's
that? Crager?
It's for our book Meathead. So I want to do like a Bill Sankovich type thing. And so I
Sankovich.
yeah, Bill Sankovich. Yeah, Sakanovich. So
That is our villain, Michael slash Yan Wang.
The Polish guy. He calls himself the Polish guy. So yeah, the Polish guy.
Like the guy that starred in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Polish guy?
No. Well, I mean, obviously Sankovich is...
Oh, Sankovich. Okay, I was like, I got real confused. Like, who?
No, Sankovich calls himself the Polish guy. I believe that's his, like, @ If you go to his @ it's not Bill Sankovich, it's that Polish guy or something like that. He's a proud Polish person. So, yes, he has a cover that he did.
Is this inspired by those people at the Olympics right now that are doing like that shooting competition?
Yeah, maybe. So
what? It's so interesting. Like I'm not like a big Olympics buff or anything like that, but I was unaware of that sport particularly in the Olympics until this year. And really, I think it's because those three contestants that they had, that one chick that was from Korea that looked like an assassin.
Yeah.
And then you had like that one Japanese dude that had all like the crazy gear and like the armrest, and then the Turkish guy that didn't have anything, he just had his hand in his pocket. I think those three people really brought some attention to that sport. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that.
They did. They absolutely did. Just by having weird optics and crap across their face.
I've seen so many people doing illustrations of them, but that picture that you just showed me just kind of reminded me of that.
That's funny. That's awesome. Well, time and place. It has a lot to do with everything. So,
I saw your dead baby page there. You can't help but draw dead babies.
They're close.
Are you H.R. Giger?
I am. When I was a kid, like when I first picked up an airbrush, my parents bought me an airbrush when I was really young, and not like so my parents didn't want to invest in like getting me like a little generator and all that stuff for one. So they bought me the ones that had compressed air, and they thought that would be better. And there was an airbrush called the Aztec airbrush.
That's right. Oh, the Aztec is a good airbrush because it's easy to clean.
Yeah, it was easy to clean, but it didn't have the oomph that I needed airbrushes to have.
Oh damn!
So I ended up I ended up going to a Badger and then later on to Iwata.
Because ayahuasca.
No, not ayahuasca. Iwata. So
what up, Rex? Welcome.
And it's the name of like probably used to be one of the top airbrushes. And they're like $300 a piece, and they're beautiful and they're easy to clean and they're super simple. But it's just a standard Badger like airbrush with its own. It didn't have all the weird like Aztec-y stuff that you could do, with the little.
Did it have like that long needle inside?
Yeah. I have. So I have. They make them awesome now. These airbrushes, like in this day and age, they come with their own little compressors. So literally, like this is an airbrush now. It has its own air compressor. It's its own little manifold inside this that turns on and off, and it vibrates. You can hear it blowing air, and it's blowing air out the tip. And these are really cool. They have big long needles in them, just like regular airbrushes do, like Badger airbrushes, and they're great to take apart. And they're good for doing nails if your wife wants to do her nails, or
if you want to do your nails,
or if you want to do your nails. Yeah, of course.
We're all friends here,
dude. Of course. I have no problem with any of that stuff. Hey, man, I've worn mascara. I've put on a dress. It does not bother me. Yeah. I have no.
You must have been in a punk band too.
I had no shame. Yeah, exactly.
You
I didn't say I looked good in a dress. I just said I wore one. So it was obviously.
I'm a huge fan of the Aztec airbrush. By the way, when I went to the Kubert school in our kit, we all got like a Aztec airbrush.
Yeah.
So that was actually something. Because obviously Photoshop was going on during that time, but like they encouraged us to learn how to do everything by hand, airbrush stuff, lettering stuff, all that type of stuff.
Sure.
I brought up a funny picture here. I'm going to share it with you guys. I don't know if you want to share it or not. This is a piece that I did at the Kubert school using airbrush.
I have to go out to look. Hold on, I'm coming.
So
got it up there.
This was for
Nice.
the caricature class that we had, where they would like encourage us to draw in other styles.
Nice.
But this is Dr. Martin's and airbrush. But no, this is a fun piece, and hand lettering, of course. Like that was a thing that Joe was a stickler about, was like doing land headering. Hand lettering. I'm not fucking retarded.
No, I'm a big fan of hand lettering myself. It's pretty cool. So,
and what's funny about that is that's the old way I used to sign my name, which is kind of funny. I kind of changed how I sign my name a little on down the road. I have a cat that is like freaking out about being fed. I'm gonna be right back. I'm not going anywhere.
All right.
I'm just gonna go feed this cat and
sure.
be right
Yes,
back.
sir.
Yeah, take care of it. Take care of it, man.
My two cats are lounging on the couch, and I usually just punch them in the face when they make those types of noises. Got to show them who's boss.
Exactly. So let's see. I'm gonna draw Mr. A. That's what I'm gonna do. So let's do this.
Do we have your desk?
Yeah, let me go back to it. We'll take care of that. So I'm back.
Let's see. Anybody else? So yes, Rex walked in and we said hello to him. Everybody said hello to him. I said hello to some person. And Down Goes Solo. There's somebody I haven't seen. Welcome, Down Goes Solo. Thank you for coming by to watch. We appreciate your it's not that looks like it's not Jordan, is it? Because Jordan has a kind of similar art. I can't really see it. I don't know. The Pendragon gentleman. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, Aaron was his name. Aaron.
Yeah,
Aaron.
I thought it was Jordan. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, sir. Apologize.
I thought it was.
It does say that Magneto is sick. Aaron. Yeah, there we go. It was Aaron. Indeed. I'm sorry, Aaron, for screwing up your name.
No, man.
The
okay.
avatar was throwing me off.
Okay, so I found Mr. A. awesome. We're gonna do this. He is an older.
Was I supposed to be
character.
on Allie's show? Some person? Which show? Her birthday stream? Is that what you're referring to? And welcome back, Patrick.
I didn't go too far. Who's Mr. A?
Mr. A by Steve Ditko.
Gotcha. Okay, I know who you were talking about.
So Mr. A is a fictional comic book hero created by Steve Ditko. Unlike most of Ditko's work, the character of Mr. A remained the property of Ditko, who wrote and illustrated the story in which the character appeared entirely himself. The character's first appearance in Wally Wood's Wits End #3 in 1967. Mr. A was inspired by objectivism, the philosophical system of ethical egoism of the philosopher
Ayn Rand.
Ayn Rand. Yeah. Ditko has been quoted as saying that his creation, The Question, was intended as a version of Mr. A that would be acceptable to the Comics Code Authority, that censorship mainstream comics during that era. So,
who is John Galt?
Mr. A's powers is deliberately knowing what is right and acting accordingly, and where other heroes choose to be self-made neurotics, The Question and Mr. A choose to be philosophically and intellectually healthy. Okay, good.
So
you mean like
is he supposed to be like
people?
A libertarian hero? What is he supposed to be?
I don't know. Just a good guy? Just a good person?
I always imagine him as kind of like conservative, but like
I'm not a fan of that greed demon.
Like a level-headed conservative, you know.
So a guy in the middle, a normal person.
Yeah. I mean, definitely towards the middle.
Okay.
I wouldn't say Ayn Rand was in the middle.
I don't know, man. I don't really care. I'm just drawing a guy
if
wearing a little fedora.
Greed is the absolute.
I mean, really, you got to admit you're drawing a guy in a hat without a face.
Yeah. No, he has a face. The character has a face, for sure. Like
he does.
He has. No, Mr. A definitely has a face.
He has a blank face.
No, Mr. A, not The Question, buddy.
Mr. I know, but isn't it just blank?
No, he has a face.
I'm gonna have to see some evidence of this.
It's a mask, probably, because I don't see it emoting or making like a face. But
all this says he has a face. He's not The Question.
Yeah, see, that's what I fucking said.
Well, then,
and he also corrected me. He's an objectivist hero, the representation of the ethos. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to see it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look it up.
Yeah, Mr. A by Steve Ditko.
Now, is Murder Falcon going to be in this rendition?
Probably not. I think we're just doing a guy in a hat, holding a card, dude. That's
okay. So next week, somebody say Murder Falcon for Weldon and Chad.
Yeah, I'd love to draw Murph. It would be fun to draw Murph.
Yeah, I'd love to see both those guys draw Murder Falcon.
Okay, all right. I'm getting a little bit of this guy confused with the blank from Dick Tracy as well.
Okay.
And there's and then a little bit of The Question. I was thinking more of like the blank, but now I'm remembering this more now.
Okay. Well, yeah, I remember you're a youngin', so I don't remember this comic. I got into comics late too.
Yeah, I wonder what the situation is. Is this owned by anybody? Is this
probably Steve Ditko if he's alive?
I think he's deceased. I think he's recently deceased.
Oh, okay.
I could be
Rex
wrong.
said we need a blue Falcon.
Blue Falcon. Yeah, we're just making it go. That's what we're gonna do.
So I do have to ask Patrick one thing. This is how I usually judge people's socioeconomic status.
One thing.
When you were a child, Did you own the USS Flag?
No.
Okay,
was,
so you were like lower middle class then.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was middle class for sure.
Like if you own that one, you were one of those kids.
Well, I think with a lot of people, it was more of a space thing because my mom, I remember her getting me the Terror Drone for Christmas, which was about close to the same price point. It wasn't quite as much, but you could put it in the corner of like a room. You know what I'm saying? Like the flag was
Yeah, you could display it.
That was like a commitment. You weren't just vacuuming that room anymore.
You're like pulling up the tarmac and going underneath it and sleeping.
Yeah. I remember one time I was at a friend's house and just to kind of like, it blew my mind. He had to get something out of his closet. And I remember he like stood on it to like get it. I was like, that's why it hit me. I was like, holy shit, this thing's huge.
Huge.
Plagal is a capitalist swine because he has the USS Flag currently and Castle Grayskull and probably a Terradrome in that garage of his. It's like an old lady's purse.
And he's got an awesome kite that I'm always trying to get off his hands.
Yeah.
He has hit him up right now. See if he'll do it.
He has he and I talk about it all the time. It's a GoBot kite that he has that I need.
He is Marco. So
look at this. I mean, this character is so basic. You're almost done.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. If
I mean, really, I think if you were gonna do this in true Dago fashion, no, what are you racing that for? That was fine.
No, it's okay. I'm not. I had something else a little more in mind.
But what I was gonna say was you need to incorporate some of that crazy word background design element stuff to kind of push that blank figure forward. So whatever you do, you got to do some type of background that's kind of complicated. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I probably will just do something splattery in the background and with a brush, and it'll be done in
something. But
in seconds.
You got to do something that pushes out him being all white.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. There has to be some contrast, right? So that's
hey, awesome one. Welcome, buddy. That's one of Phil's crew that's coming back for a second helping. So we appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Phil Diaz?
Yeah, Phil was on last week. He brought his posse with him, and we were grateful.
Phil's a good guy. I like Phil.
His Chicago posse.
Yeah. We were talking about Heat. We were talking about Once Upon a Time in the West.
Heat.
He has quite the taste.
What you know about Heat?
Well, it's basically a Chicago story transplanted to L.A.
So is it?
And Michael Mann's a Chicago, native, but makes movies about L.A. So it's an interesting, hybrid that he does.
Huh. Right. I was unaware of that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, his first movie, Thief, which we talked about, it was a Chicago crime story. Then he went to L.A. and he started making L.A. movies like Collateral and things like that.
But they were all traditionally based in, like they originate from Chicago, is what you're telling me?
Well, Heat, the actual people he based Heat on were based on a Chicago cop and a Chicago-based crew that he took down. So he just changed the setting. And then, we were talking about Once Upon a Time in the West, which is Phil's favorite movie. So the man, that swarthy gentleman has very good taste in art. Mm-hmm. And you can see from his books.
Face. Hold on.
Plus an excellent head of hair.
Boom, boom, boom. There we go.
So I'm done kissing Phil's ass. You can take that back with you, awesome one, and spread the word.
Spread the good word. There you go.
Back to Lost Pages.
Yeah, do that.
And
Absolutely.
while you're at it, back Psycho Slumber, because that book originated with a gentleman that's one square up from Patrick. It squirted out of his brain onto the page and just got it all over you.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was kind of messy.
It's very wet. There's wet stuff in that book.
It's pretty gooey. I don't like that either. I'm redrawing this thing a few times. So.
And yes, the James Caan flick, Down Goes Solo. Indeed, great film. Fantastic film. Great score by Tangerine Dream, who seemed to rule the 80s with those electronic scores. And it was supposed to sound dirty, Luke. And if you guys are wondering what we're speaking about, it would be this one, which is the sexy edition of the Kill Journal that J.Crager did in a matter of 6 months for one Adam Lawson. So here it is. Fantastic book. Highly recommend it.
Give me 1 second. That off there.
Yes, it was his first. Down Goes Solo. He did a TV movie called The Jericho Mile, but that was his first theatrical film. Yes.
Who's that?
Michael Mann. Who is doing Heat 2 now, which we're looking forward to.
Heat 2, even hotter.
Even hotter, indeed. With who's the gentleman who played Elvis recently, who's in Dune, who played Fade Ralpha in Dune?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, though. You know his face.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. He's in it too.
They want him to be Val Kilmer's character.
You
know, so it takes place like 6 hours after Heat, so you can't put in 30-year older actors, especially one who's disabled.
Yeah, you can put him in there. It could be like, let's get these motherfuckers.
He's looking a little crazy these days. He looks like someone's crazy aunt these days. Like they went on a vision quest or something.
Thank you, Marco.
Yeah, he's dabbling with some hallucinogens. I'm sure. God bless him.
I don't drink water.
Does he not drink water?
One of those. I'm saying it's one of those types, right? That would say something like that, like "I don't drink water." And it comes back from one of those lodges, Yes, Val can't speak. I think he's got a trach ring right now. And Val did play Elvis. Huh, interesting. That's interesting. That'd be fascinating.
Hey, Devil Flyer, I just got your DM. One interior. I have something awesome in mind. You have months to do. If it's a single interior page, and if you want to own it, it's a little bit of money. But if it's just one interior page that I get to keep the art for, it's like $200. So I can do that.
So someone wants to hear a funny story about Dennis. Now, I have loads of funny stories that I could tell about Dennis, but one that I'll say that will keep him safe and out of trouble is we used to live. He lives with me like when I went to the Kubert school, and we used to go to this bar called the Laughing Lion. And there's one night we were walking back from the bar, and there was like this stack of cardboard, and we were just casually walking back. It was late, last call. It was like 2:30, 3, 4 in the morning, and he flicked a cigarette butt in the cardboard. It was a pile of cardboard boxes. I don't know, like we weren't thinking or something. And I remember we came back the next night. We walked back to the bar the next night when it was nighttime, and there was like this huge, like black, like this space where the cardboard was. And I guess eventually, like the cigarette he flicked in there, like caught fire, and the whole thing. It almost probably burned down almost a building. And I can only imagine, because it was a stack of boxes that was about chest high. I can only imagine if someone just drove by and just saw like the stack of boxes just like caught on fire. But that was a pretty funny situation that happened with Dino.
Okay.
Are you starting all over again, you psychopath?
I am.
It looked like you were drawing Michael Fassbender in The Killer.
You just gotta go for it.
I didn't really like what I was doing at first, but I really want this particular view of it, and I'm not getting the view I want, and it's bothering the crap out of me. This is what happens when you get fixated on seeing something a certain way instead of like trying to really work it out. So I drew it a couple of times, realized I didn't like it those other ways. I needed it to inform me that.
By the way, all this is apologizing to you, Crager. He said, "If I threw you for a loop, man, just draw what you want. No worries."
No, I've drawn him before, and I drew him fighting Mephisto, which was pretty awesome. And it was for a collector. I don't even remember.
Awesome one says, "Draw all this coming to a conclusion."
That's funny. That's a good one. No,
thank you, sir.
I need him to kind of be a little stoic looking. And I think that's what I'm shooting for, getting this kind of stoic-y look out of him. And I think I got it now. So this is much better. So, and it's a good size. That's what she said. And
never heard it before. So
somebody snickered. That's a good size. Whatever.
You set yourself up for it, though. I mean,
whatever. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with
It's not the size of the hammer. It's a nail you're throwing it at. Down Go Solo says, tip his hat down to partially hide his face. Pull a little Todd McFarlane cape trick. Hide a big part of his body with clothing.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to have him holding the card and just being kind of fucking cool. Can't I do that? Can I be cool? Can you be fucking cool? I want to be cool.
Dr. Darkwing says, did I miss all the drama farming commentary?
Yeah, none.
Want to answer that one?
Yeah, no drama.
That's an understatement. You missed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Wow, Mr. Mike McMahon is in here. Welcome, sir. He says, draw faster.
I'm trying.
Fantastic artist. He actually did one of my favorite Fragtober pieces, which was a Ninja Turtles piece. Amazing piece he did within like an hour.
Okay,
all four turtles.
I can see Mike doing a good Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, it was a great Fragtober piece, and how fast he did it, and how much stuff was jammed into the page, as well.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
which is actually not a Saturday morning cartoon, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It was a weekday cartoon, which we had to figure that out.
I think somebody mentioned earlier, or was it Luke, that you kind of left out of the jingles, the list of jingles. I thought the Pride of the X-Men had a really cool opening too.
Oh yeah, you mean intros, not jingles.
Excuse me, intros. Am I demeaning them?
Jingles are
excellent animation too.
I wish I was an Oscar Mayer winner. Because everyone would be in love with me.
I don't know yet, Downco Solo, if Frege is doing a Fragtober this year. I think he probably will, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do the everyday thing. He'll probably do the random Fragtobers, I'm guessing. I don't know. He's feeling good, so maybe he'll get a good holiday out of him.
Okay.
I think he's more preoccupied with getting Black Flag done. He knows he's got his energy back, his health. He's got this new lease on his body, so he's tackling the first thing on his table, which is what he owes everybody the book. So he's been very precious with his time because of that.
That's right. Yeah, I think I like this a little more, arrogant, a little more, cool. Cool. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got like a Michael Fassbender-y look to him. Your favorite actor?
Yeah, my favorite actor. He's fantastic. He is the bestest in the westest.
Fantastic. So, Mr. Parnell, what is next on the toy line?
Well, the next thing that we're trying to do is that American Ninja action figure. A lot of all efforts have been kind of towards that recently, and now branched out to a U.S. Assassins figure as well. So now there's 2 action figures. That's kind of what's next on the agenda. Although I still have to kind of settle up my situation with Last of the Seekers. I don't know if you follow any of that information, but when we got our shipment of those in, some of them were damaged.
Yeah, I saw that. You had to crush boxes and things like that.
Well, it crushed boxes and damaged toys, and just like it was just like a big mess. And it's like the shipping company and the factory company both kind of like wouldn't take responsibility for it. So we have to kind of pay for those losses by ourselves. So it's like, we kind of have to figure something out as far as when we order a second wave of Seekers, like we're going to be paying for, most of it out of pocket. So
sure.
But we owe some people some Seekers. So still trying to deal with that a little bit. And we've got some people that have been willing to take different color Seekers opposed to the ones that's broken, and that's been helpful. Some people
were the broken ones the stealth ones.
Yeah. Like about a third of them were kind of effed up. Some people are taking other ones. Some people are okay. We're just waiting. So. Still kind of dealing with that, but yeah, next big toy project is American Ninja X. That's launching in not too long. I want to get both prototypes in my hands like before I make a decision on that.
Sure,
but that's probably the next big toy venture, and there's going to be a comic book that goes along with it.
It's gonna be a campaign for those 2.
I believe so. That's the plan. If we can find a way to fund it without a campaign, I would like to do that. But as of right now, I think we're planning on doing like some type of campaign. But you never know. You never know what's around the corner.
Sure. Nice.
I do have a big question, but I wanted to say hello to the Art and Times, Jay Ryan. Welcome. Thank you.
Hey, Jay, good to see you.
Answer this question here for me. Absolutely more important, do you know if he's planning book 2? And he's talking about Frege. I know for a fact there's a book 2 because I helped him write it. So he's going to do all the books, but after he ships Pineapple Perception, we're going to do the Black Flag Omnibus and kind of get you guys something fast. Since you waited so long for the first one, we're going to want to put out something really cool that you can get right now. That's not, you have to wait. And while that's going on, he'll be working on Pineapple Perception 2. And there's also, we're probably going to do Meathead through Incredible Comics as well. So there's a lot of stuff happening. And also Rascal, too, he wants to do the miniseries.
Right.
So there's a lot going on, guys, that's coming out of Frege.
That's right. It's going to be good stuff.
The other question I want to ask you, Patrick, did you ever think of like doing other creators' toys like that in your circle?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm helping Mark and Mike do the U.S. Assassin, so I mean, I'm already kind of branching out and doing that. I mean that takes something though that is like, whoever wants to do that has to be like really committed, and I know those guys are because I've been talking to Mark about it for a while, so I know he's like, very interested in getting that done. But it's not, toys are super hard because it's like comic books. It's like we're kind of messing around with like tens of thousands of dollars. But once you start making toys, you're talking about like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's like you have to like really kind of be serious.
You sure do. Like, doing toys is expensive stuff. Toys.
Yeah, I mean, just for me though, like just what I've learned with the process of kind of, where I've ended up is, as far as like what I'm making, like with my comic books and just my art in general, like it involves making toys. Like it just doesn't involve comic books. Like toys are part of like what I'm doing as like an artist
as a whole. Yeah, it seems like
like going back to Johnny Phantasm, you were doing it fairly early in your career on this side of things.
Yeah. I mean, I like I'm the first one in this arena over here to do an action figure, and it wasn't super easy. It was kind of hard, but we got it. And then Last of Seekers was like a million times harder.
Right. Yeah, it's hard.
Would you say it was successful though?
What's that?
Was it? I mean, I'm curious. I mean, would you say it was successful though, overall, or it's still in doubt?
Right? Johnny Phantasm was like super successful because I mean we've done a lot of different waves of those. Last of Seekers is kind of like it wasn't a loss, but like we haven't like seen the progression in it, basically because we still owe people stuff, and like we can't we have to do another wave like before we start making money with Last of Seekers. So we have to get what we owe to people and then do another wave or at the same time or something, and then like we'll start to see profits. And ask me again like in a year from now.
Well, I will ask you this: what's the one thing when you got into this whole toy endeavor that you never saw coming, that was the hardest thing to surmount? Like they were like, "Oh my god, I never expected that to be so hard." What's the thing that almost shut you down, so to speak?
Well, I mean, I knew there were some costs behind it, but really, like the tooling, like really surprised me how much it cost. The tooling is, it looks like VHS tapes that clamp together, and you put the hot plastic inside of it, and then it comes apart, and then you take the pieces out. I was just really just unaware of just like how much the tooling cost, but just like how much went into making it.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy like that. And then
that was the sticker shock. Was that one?
I mean, there's been so many. I mean, like I was just saying, like with the situation with the damaged toys, like us being a small independent company dealing with a company in China, like it's kind of like the Wild West. Like I mean, like we could have taken them to court for a few $1,000s, but it was just like it wasn't even really worth it. Like trying to do someone like in China is like
impossible.
Yeah, to be upheld by what court, right? Like I mean, how are you going to enforce it?
But it's like you got to pay a lawyer here, and then you got to pay a lawyer there, and then there's so much back and forth. It's just like, and they knew it. They were just like basically like F you, like whatever, So
Sure.
we like.
So what's the solution to that in terms? Are you going to use? I'm guessing you're not using the same factory.
No. I mean, we're using the same factory. We're just not using the same the same shipping company. We're going to use a different logistics company. The factory is good. I mean, it wasn't their fault, but yeah.
Nice.
Different.
So the tooling was the most challenging thing and scary thing.
Yeah, tooling and then dealing with shipping was kind of a surprise nightmare.
My buddy Marco, he's had to do a lot of stuff overseas with patents that he holds on certain items and things like that. And the castings and stuff that you have to make to actually do the injection molding and stuff like that costs a lot of freaking money. Yeah. Plus, you're dealing with a company that, doesn't have the same. They're doing something new sometimes, or, you probably went to a company who's done it before. But tooling is super expensive. And my friend has dealt with a lot of companies overseas, and they actually had to get their own guy that spoke Chinese and like lived over there most of the year, and he would come over here and talk to them, and then he would go over there and deal with production.
Yeah, well, that's a toy manager. I mean, like we have a toy manager for Johnny Phantasm, and then we also have a different toy manager for Last of the Seekers.
Nice.
So I mean, you have to, you need that.
Right. I agree. Nice.
And speaking of that, though, Down Go Solo wants to know: are you doing a sequel to Seekers?
Yeah. I mean, I've already got the cover done, and Michael's done some pages already. I'm just trying to wrap up some of the stuff that I have right now. Like right now, I'm I've been saying this, it seems like forever now, but I'm wrapping up Zorro, and also sending out the rest of my Johnny Phantasm books. And I want to get as many of those sent out. Like, I don't want to have like a bunch of open campaigns just kind of like in limbo. Like, I want to get settled up with people like before I put new ones out. So I'll probably have a couple foreign people that I still owe some stuff to, but yeah, like we should have some new ones coming out soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is going to be done in a minute.
What's the run? What you do it like an hour? That's the thing.
Yeah, I keep it kind of short, so I don't tend to daddle. I have other stuff I need to do, and my life does not exist online, so at least not in this context. So
I just have to race every night to get to the computer when we do this.
Yes. So yeah, we just don't run too long. So how's the chat? Are they behaving themselves now?
They're wonderful. The chat is always the best thing about this show. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Good. I like to hear
wonderful
that.
People.
So very good.
They're probably drawing right along with you.
Maybe. So we'll frickin' see.
And I'm not familiar with the characters Down Go Solo says. What does he keep on the card? All this or Crager?
It's him judging you, essentially. He has a white card and a black card, and he's either judging you, or he's either giving you the white card telling you you're good, or the black card.
Yeah, it's like there's no middle ground with him. It's like everything's black and white.
Yeah, he's
I just want a green card.
He's judging.
That's what most people want.
I'm judging. You have a green card. Your parents came here. You're an anchor baby.
I am. I am an anchor baby. I never thought of it that way, but I am.
You're an anchor baby. So
those damn South American. I mean, I don't know what this. I mean, I'd like to come up with a slur, but we are on YouTube.
Yeah, my friend Jason Gonzalez, growing up, his parents were, anchor babies essentially, and he was the child of an anchor baby, and it was his heritage is really important to him, and the fact that we have that in our lexicon as Americans, that somebody can come here and have a child. And my friend works for like Marvel and IDW, and he does a bunch of Ninja Turtles covers now, and he's like really awesome. So, and I'm glad his parents came here. So
yes, those damn Southern territories. Now, let me correct you. My mother got her citizenship. Yeah. She did it the right way. My dad was a slur that you can't say these days. Let's just say his back was not dry, and he came over and scoped out my mom. Said, "Hey, you're a citizen. Hey, it's ooh la la. Let's get married." And that's how my dad did it. He cut the line by marrying my mom.
Yeah,
who did the right way? You darn illegals. My dad was an illegal. There you go. He was an illegal alien. My mom got her citizenship. Damn it.
That's right. Your mom did it. That sounds like your mom. That sounds like something your mom would do, from what you've told me. Like, she was so straight and narrow that's
she was a Mormon. What, I mean, come on, man.
Well, not all Mormons.
She apostatized from a Roman Catholic to a Mormon.
Yeah.
Dad. I mean, remember, my dad's the guy who wrote like updated information by pencil on his passport to go back to Uruguay. Okay, because he's like, they don't care.
Yeah, your dad was awesome. I think your dad would have been my type of buddy.
He would love you.
He's awesome.
Now, what happens if you get the black card?
It means you're being naughty.
I mean, does he kill people?
I don't know. I think he's just judging people. I don't think he actually
does. He just stands around judging people.
He's
like the Jerry Falwell of comics.
He stands around being woke. Just
that's it.
Stop it. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I don't know what happens if he judges you.
What an effective hero. He just says, stop.
I don't know if you have to pay a penance for him doing so, or I just don't know. I don't know enough about the character. Please.
I mean, don't you know objectivists are Satanists? If it feels good, do it.
Oh, God. Give me a break, dude. Like, Satanism isn't even like Satanism.
It's evil.
It is not.
Okay, all this says he is the righteous hand of judgment. Okay, does that mean he actually
judge like is he though? He's
but the question is
righteous
indignation. Is he just spouting philosophical platitudes, or is he actually doing something to people?
I don't know. You're a bad man.
Kind of looks like Vox Day.
I don't know.
Okay, so yes, he murders the fuck out of people according to all this. All right, so he kills you. Huh.
Well, thank you. That's what we.
Well, that's not the non-aggression principle. All this.
That's true.
I mean, Stefan Molyneux wouldn't be happy with that.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's comic books. It's comic books.
Well, look at that. I mean, so we can't see anything, Patrick, that you're working on? Nothing? Not a little bit of something?
I mean, I have these thumbnails. If you want to check out these thumbnails.
Let's see. Let's have a look at that.
Numb nails.
What is... Oh, this Last of the Seeker stuff?
No, this is Titanium Titan stuff.
Okay, look at the ship. And
That's Silverhawk stuff.
Kind of.
Don't kind of me.
It's like it's like a mixture of like Captain Power and Power Rangers and Silverhawks and a little bit of Event Horizon.
Oh, that's a weird combination right there.
Yeah, so this is what I'm working on after I get done doing these Zorro pages and working on this piece right now.
Nice
paneling. Our nice guest say.
JMC. I'm calling it. It's done.
All right.
Oh,
it's kind of got like a Steve Dillon vibe to it too.
I don't know, man.
You know what I'm talking about? It almost looks like something out of Preacher.
After it dries, I might do something to it.
Man, Captain Power was bomb. I loved Captain Power's toys. Those were cool, man. Especially that VHS. I had no idea how it worked. How did the VHS like interactive thing work? Remember, like it would.
I think it was just the flashing of the TV show, and it just caught in the certain angle in the vehicle. Because not every spot always launched you out in the same spot. Like it changed, so I guess it all depends on the angle. But no, I love the designs of Captain Power. But really, Titanium Titans, it really is its own thing. It's it's inspired by some stuff, but the story is going to be really kick-ass. We're gonna do it on Webtoons first as a free stripped, adding music and sound effects and stuff like that. And we're gonna do that for a couple months and kind of just build a little bit of a rapport with people. Like as soon as I'm done with getting Zorro stuff out to the mail and then finishing on this piece that I'm working on right now, I'm going to work on the Titanium Titan stuff next. And I don't know, I'm excited for it. I think I'm excited to kind of see it animated in some spots. I'm excited to add some music to it. I'm excited to put it on Webtoon. I'm just the whole platform seems like a fun type of format that I haven't really messed around with. So yeah, looking forward to a lot of things. And then once we get a little bit of rapport with some people, we're gonna put up the toy line probably on Kickstarter.
Nice.
And people in theory will know the characters and will want to actually buy figures of the characters that they know.
Right. Nice. That sounds like a good idea.
Looks good, Jason. Our chat says, and yes, Henry Bemis, welcome. I haven't seen you, but thank you for coming. And he agrees that there is a Steve Dillon vibe to it.
Yeah, there is.
And yeah, I know all this. It did frequency modulation same way our remote works, but I don't think it was. I maybe had a defective ship on mine, because it was like it was the craft and it had a handle with a trigger on it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And mine never responded.
Really?
Yeah, never. I was kind of pissed off as a kid.
No, I remember my mom used to work nights, and her room had the only VCR in it. So I would come in her room with the volume down and play. And I remember it would eject the fucking pilot and like wake her up. It was pretty funny.
Oh, it ejected? The ship ejected the pilot when you got killed?
Yeah, like when you got hit, the Captain Power got shot out by ejection seat.
Freaking pick and save, giving me defective shit.
So funny.
I'm pissed. I didn't get to experience Captain Power get launched out of the ship.
No.
I think all this is very happy with this.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Bullshit all this. I put my face right up to the screen like a good Gen Xer / millennial. There it is. Have a look. See. Oh, look at that. Look at that. There you go. All this. Are you happy with this? Can you roll with this?
You are being judged.
Does he have a choice?
I think it's pretty damn sweet, considering he had a little trouble to begin with.
I was just trying to kind of find a vibe for him.
Yep. Tokame says solid work, Crager. Mr. Beema says nice.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. So, who does this go to? What's their
all
name?
This, and he says, "Yep, awesome." No, he was talking about they were notorious for failing the Captain Power stuff. That's what he's talking about. And he says, "Great piece, looks great, and well done from Awesome One." Dope
it's
from
yours,
Mike McMahon.
Aldous. Yeah, I'll have to erase some of the pencils once it dries in like a day. So I hate it when inks don't dry fast enough.
And
Nice.
Rex says, "Did you find the vibe, Jay? Did you find the vibe?"
Yeah, I vibed it enough. I figured it out.
You talking about the flow?
Huh?
The flow?
The glow.
The flow.
The glow.
You can put us in a different thingy. Make it look right, Will.
I'll give you a thingy. How about that?
Yeah.
Movie poster, advertisement style, right? Like when you would see the character posters for blockbuster movies. Will Patrick Crager.
That's right.
Comics. And
cool.
leave the pencils, according to Mike.
What time is it? It's 9:30. Nice. That was a quick show.
And are those your sculptures behind you, Jason?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a bunch of.
He's a sculptor, man.
Yeah.
Jason's an excellent sculptor.
Yeah. I sculpt stuff sometimes. I even make toys sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Just
well,
depends.
How do you feel about all this, Jason?
How do I feel about it? I feel about the drawing I just did. It's okay. I'm glad all this likes it.
Did it hit your drawing G spot?
No, not so much. Somebody asked, what do my sketchbooks look like? They look like, some of them look really good. Some of them are like bangers, which is nice. And then some are to work things out. Like I have whole sketchbooks trying to work stuff out. Like I have tons of these things. And
I'm not understanding what Awesome One is asking you, Crager. He says, "Jay, you never stream to catch up on covers." I'm not sure what he's asking.
Catch up.
Oh, okay. He's talking to another Jay in the chat. Okay, sorry. I thought because people call you Jay. So sorry, guys. I was confused.
Different Jay. So sometimes I do like random sketches and stuff, like things like this.
Let's have a look. See at that.
So let's get big.
Ooh, nice. And you did. I think you designed Joe in one of those books, Meathead.
I did.
Yeah, I think you drew his first portrait in there.
I did. I have one of those. Like, there's a picture of Magic.
Magic?
Yeah. So my sometimes. So this is the Mariner from Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Yeah, he's Waterworld guy. And then this is what he would. This is old man Mariner.
Student of God, welcome.
Oh, student of God.
Haven't seen you here before. Welcome, buddy.
Good to see you.
It's good that he
came
shows
earlier.
up every once in a while. Yeah. Hold on. So yeah, my sketchbooks are fairly interesting. Like that's a Halo guy. Halo Marine.
Okay, it's Master Chief.
That's good, and that's what you want in a sketchbook. You want it to be fairly interesting.
Yeah, and these are storyboards for like a book I'm working on. And it has big double page spreads. and they're worked out rough, like because I'm working in a more Ashley Wood type style when I'm drawing this stuff here. That they get real rough sometimes. So just depends. So yeah, I have whole books that are just working stuff out. Like some are just weird, like Attack on Titan, like weird skinned person, like superhero, like picking up a car. I broke down the vampire book I'm doing in some of this. Like that's Borden eating babies.
Yeah, it's a great angle too.
Yeah. I mean, here, let's see.
That up angle of the face, or is that the baby
No.
going flying?
No, I'm talking about the one here. This one. Where she just has a bunch in her hands and
exactly what I accuse you liberal scum of doing, eating babies.
Yeah, no, not so much. Not so much. No. So yeah, I mean, I have lots of stuff in here. I drew clowns. I drew like sad clowns.
Yes, there's a vampire book, a short story coming out, Down Go Solo, that is going to be in what anthology, Crager?
The Stain anthology.
Yeah.
Stain. So number 3. Like, here's some naked chicks with real pointy legs. Yeah, I draw weird shit, guys.
I'm sure Tokume's like, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm sure. So this one is full of meathead stuff. Not only does it have meathead stuff, so it has the original sketch for my Omega Dead piece that I did. You guys remember that from a couple months ago.
Is Joe in there?
Yeah, Joe's in there.
That's cool.
Of course. Yeah, that's Silo. Yeah, it's Silo from Extremity. Or Shiloh. This is me doing Ultra Mega. Type stuff. Like just me kind of messing around. And then I did a Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah,
I mean, Ghost Riders out there. There needs to be more Ghost Riders.
My sketchbooks look interesting. Like this is Joe.
There's a meathead one. That's Joe's first appearance.
Yeah, he appeared in here before he appeared anywhere.
I'd never seen that one. You never showed me that one of him.
Because I never thought it was probably good enough.
Dude, I want these. You gotta send them to me. These are great.
I think I had started designing the bad guy in it too.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of different
and the bad guy is
versions.
the one we showed you in the beginning at the cover of him, that kind of Sienkiewicz cover.
Some different versions of him. Yeah, this whole sketchbook is essentially except for the last part of it, which is all
Tokume
weird.
says sell them on your campaigns, man.
Yeah, I don't.
Those are cool, man. I'd love to have those portraits of Joe if you take a picture of them.
Well, I might give you this whole book. This one's weird. I drew this a long time ago in here, but it was a weird, these pig humans finding this Bible and taking it to this demon. I was being really kind of weird. Yeah, and see, she's all reading, waiting. Yeah, they're little pig people. And then,
the Down Go Solo. Did you think of publishing your sketchbooks?
No, I'm not going to publish this crap. No.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, some of this stuff's real crap, but then I have painted books that are just literally paintings. And every one I try to make look nice. So I have that kind of stuff too. So I have. Oh, this is cool. I don't know if we'll be able to see this. This is a rooster I did in copper. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Like it's a cock.
Yeah, we can see it.
Can you see that?
I can see your cock. Yes,
Can you see my cock?
indeed.
So yeah, I did this in copper. I marred it with a pen in copper, and I just kind of free-handed a phoenix. I didn't even draw it. I just kind of like marred the whole thing, and I keep it in here. Let me put this away. I have a thing about Tibet. So I do paintings of Tibetan places and Tibetan people and Tibetan sayings and Tibetan weirdness. I don't know, dude. I'm a weird guy. Like looking at a window of a Tibetan house. I looking at a Tibetan person holding their baby.
See, Crager's got some heart.
I
don't think Crager's ever been to Tibet.
I have not. I want to. Like I've wanted to for the entirety of my life. I don't know why. I feel strongly about Tibet, and I don't know why.
I just saw the Golden Child for like the 100th time the other night.
You saw what? The Golden Child? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
The Golden
With Eddie's
Child.
sweet costuming.
Yes. That shit's great, dude. I love that movie.
With that Drew Struzan cover, with him, crossing his arms and making his smirk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here's my other painted sketchbook. See how I have many of them. That'll teach you to bring up anything.
I want a knife, please.
That's the crow.
Oh, victims.
Being the crow. Here's Harley Quinn Smith being very adult. Here's Blade Runner chick.
Yep. Sean Young.
Here's,
or otherwise known as Captain Einhorn.
So I'm
always tucking it back.
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Finkel and Einhorn.
Finkel and Einhorn.
Finkel and Einhorn.
Yeah, I was working on
big old Mr. Knish.
What's her name?
There's no way they would let you do it now.
Angelica Houston from
Golden Girls.
Buffalo 66?
No, from DeGearing Limited.
Oh, okay. I was like, it kind of had a Buffalo 66-y look to it.
It's weird to think that Blanche from Golden Years is the same age that Jennifer Anderson is now, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Think about that for a second.
I barely heard it.
Einhorn is a man. You would never get away with that. What follows, like him, like scratching off his tongue and like drinking bleach or whatever he does to like purge himself.
Have more.
No.
I have tons more sketchbooks, but I doubt you all.
Lighting his clothes on fire.
Really go through how to.
Yeah, he's taking a hot shower.
Stuff is.
Your gun is sticking to my hip. Oh God!
Weird alien person.
What the hell is that?
It's an alien thing.
I thought it was like a hamster giving you a hug.
I don't know, man. It's like a snail, or I don't know. I do weird stuff sometimes. This is probably one of my favorite drawings. It's like not me over there. Like, remember I posted those things about the lost or not? That's him. He's lost.
Ah.
I want the knife.
Yeah, he's
please.
I love that drawing. I don't know why. And then I drew a fucked up clown. He's fucked
Killer
up.
Clowns from Outer Space. The Kyoto brothers.
Maybe. And then drew
Fantastic
naked,
filmmakers.
kind of naked gunfighter chick. Damn.
The Katie Sackhoff.
I don't know who it is. Oh, I can't do that. No, I have Bill Sankovich's like email address.
I love how you say his name.
Yeah, you're about to dox him.
It sounds like you want decaf or Sankovic? I think I'll try this Sankovic.
Yeah, totally. I have his phone number and his like email address right here on the next page, so I can't show you that, but I wish you could see the pencils on this thing. It's like a torso holding a head. Whatever. It looks good. I like it.
Well,
hold on.
Let me see more.
There's more. You just need to wait.
Go out with a bang tonight.
A bang. Look, little cutie pie. Little dancing girls. I don't know what kind
and
of bang.
And Tokame says if you want to show some latex stuff, go right ahead.
I would have to dig it out of the box and see what I can find. These are weird shape
My
sketches
dear brother Nunzi.
I was working on. So I think I like this one the best. So I don't know if you guys can see any of that weirdness. Weirdness. And then there's... So I was trying to work out stuff for Kill Journal. I was back in the day.
That's a design you did not use.
No, it was not. So, and I was hoping to, and there were many designs we did not use. Like, wish I had stuff to show you. I do in here. There's at least one of a pig masked character I had come up with, which I wanted to be in there anymore. He wore like a little pig mask. And he had ears hanging around.
That's a pretty iconic looking beast. Why didn't you guys use that?
Because it was my idea for one of the Revenants, and he wanted to, I think, own them. And then I finally got to this is what the Revenant really looks like. So,
did you come up with that, or is that Adam?
No, I did that.
Baby,
because that's like the main Revenant. That's guy who's all over the advertising.
I want to get you a cobra just to put around your neck.
Actually, no, he's referencing. I want to get you a cobra just to go right around the neck.
I'm thinking about getting metal legs. It's a risky operation, but I think it's worth it.
You want to get some metal legs, Patrick?
Yes. So yeah,
why don't you come sit on my face?
My sketchbooks are crazy. And that's not even.
That always kills me when he says that to her at the end, and he's like, "That wasn't appropriate."
So we're good, man. Look, we made it to 9:43. That's awesome.
How do you feel, Patrick?
I feel good. I think I'm ready to hit the hay.
Me too.
It's actually 12:43 for me.
Oh, it's getting late, so it totally is.
Right.
I don't want to keep you all night, man. So let's wrap this up. So
indeed.
unless you want to show more stuff, Patrick.
Well, I just shared something real quick of something that's going to the printer soon. You can show it for a second.
Boom. Got something for Zorro here.
Yeah, some of my stuff from Zorro. I'm doing kind of a different type of style book for Zorro.
Nice.
It's gonna look more like a weekly syndicated strip.
I like it.
That's kind of like put into like a like a collection. But yeah, this is one of the pages for it. Here's a couple cops talking about Zora drives by, and they're kind of talking about it.
Nice.
Well,
I like it.
Go.
I like it already.
And something to take to bed with you, everyone.
That's right.
All right, man. A lot of interesting people in the chat. A lot of new people. Thank you for coming to spend time with us. We really appreciate it. Any new faces are always appreciated. Remember, every Monday, go to the thread and make your suggestions.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 20 or so people here. You should have all made suggestions. So the same 3 people who are winning all the time aren't getting all these pieces. Make it hard for these degenerates.
And I appreciate you all coming and behaving yourselves. So that's one of the things I like to say also to my people who are in the chat. I like that you're here to actually like talk about art, be positive about it, and not cause any problems. So anyways, with that being said, Patrick, thank you so much for coming. Will, I appreciate you moderating everything tonight and making it awesome. Aldis, I will put you on the list of people that I owe art to. So I am going to get that hopefully packaged up and get a bunch out in the next week or so.
You just made the list.
Yep. And that being said, we're going to close out how we came in with a little bit of peaches. So talk to you guys later. Have a good night.